Robert Gray once took to the skies, not knowing if he'd ever return to his hometown of Killeen. Today, his remains rest in the community he helped inspire. His name woven into the fabric of a city that honors his sacrifice even today for preserving their freedom. From the skies to the streets of Killeen, the lamented legacy of hometown hero Robert Gray continues to endure. And while aiming high never failed to cross Gray's mind, nothing could prepare him for what his future held. On one of the darkest days in American history, on December 7th, 1941, 2,403 Americans lost their lives at Pearl Harbor.
A Japanese attack upon Pearl Harbor naturally would mean war. Such an attack would naturally bring a counterattack.
But instead of wallowing in despair, America's resilience shined through the darkness. 80 men, including Captain Robert Gray, volunteered to take the fight to Japan for the first time, stepping onto the USS Hornet with nothing but a patriotic duty to defend America.
They did not know until they were on the Hornet what exactly they were going to be doing. Nobody walked away. They all said, no, I'm in it for the long haul.
Those men forever remembered as the Doolittle Raiders, led by Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle. 16 modified bombers crewed by 5 men took off with only enough fuel for a one-way trip to bomb Tokyo, landing somewhere in China with no promise of ever returning home safely.
He just showed his patriotism by being part of the raid, and that he wanted to continue to support the United States in their efforts to become a great country like what we are.
The raid proved to be a resounding success, with 77 crew members surviving the mission and most, along with Captain Gray, finding refuge behind friendly lines in China.
Pretty much everybody knows what the Doolittle Raiders did, and for him to be a part of that, proud that that's my family.
However, Gray never made it back to his hometown alive. Just 6 months later, treacherous weather in the Himalayan foothills caused Gray's plane to crash, with nothing but his remains returning to Killeen. But the city refused to let Gray's namesake serve as a footnote in history books, proclaiming April 18th as Bob Gray Day, along with naming Fort Hood's military airfield as the Robert Gray Army Airfield.
There's so many boys that died that don't get that recognition, but Killeen held him up.
Preserving a legacy of freedom that, with Gray's sacrifice, will never die out. More than 8 decades after the Doolittle raid, Robert Gray's legacy still lives on here in Central Texas, even as his remains stay rooted in this community.